Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Vintage Story. As you can see in the top left, we have a temporal storm coming soon, and we are absolutely not prepared for it. So we need to get working on this pronto. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting together a bit of a shelter that we can use to get through the temporal storm. The design is from Karazar in his most recent guide series, but I don't necessarily believe we're going to have enough time to actually complete the whole thing. I think I'll only end up doing a quarter of it. And what it is it's basically a safe room that has drop chambers in it for the drifters to fall into, and they can't get back out of the chambers. It also has an area that keeps us safe from getting hit, and hopefully will allow us to do some farming for this temporal storm. I, however, am going to need at least 2 slabs, and I'm not seeing many. I see this 1 slab here, but I need at least 1 more. If there's really, I actually, you know what? I think of all things, I have a slab in a chest. Really random of me to have, but I think I do actually have it. And I also want to grab some dirt. Plenty of dirt. Oh, I have these dark mudbook slabs. Oh, okay, I have enough slabs. And grab some more dirt, that's fine. And I need to grab my rocks. Where do I have the rest of them? Still need to go through and... Oh wow, I may not have enough. Okay, here we go. Alright, let's get constructing this, and we'll just throw it over here for now. So what I'm going to do is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2... So I am going to get this built, and I will see you guys once we have it ready. Okay, so I have completed our little hidey hole. And the purpose of this hidey hole is to provide the drifters with pits that they can't get out of, but also to enable us to hunt them. See, he can't get it through or get us from here. He could get us if I got closer, but I'm just not going to do that. And luckily we had a rift, which happened to spawn a drifter who can demonstrate what this looks like. So this is what it will look like during the temporal storm. And you can see nobody can spawn here, nor can we get any of the crawly guys. Wow, there are a lot of them. And I'm unfortunately going to have to make a run for it, because I need our spears. So first, let's dump and drop our inventory off. And then we're going to have to go on a spear collecting run. And I guess I'll hold on to our bowl. So let's grab those. This way we can actually hunt the drifters. And we have some copper spears as well, which will be very nice. Well, copper spears are a lot bigger than the flint spears, huh? Okay. And I am going to need 2 pieces of dirt at least. Okay. Grab that. Hey, buddy. Make a run for it. Perfect. And we don't need to hunt any of these drifters. Oh, how could I forget? Oh, I have my knife on me. I was going to say we need a knife, but I have my knife right on me. Let's see if this drifter has anything good. There's a rare chance that these surface drifters can drop temporal gears, and that's ultimately what we're after here, is we are after some temporal gears. And hopefully we'll be able to get at least one for the storm and set a spawn point. Excuse me, good sir. That's what I thought. And hopefully we'll be able to get at least one temporal gear, but, you know, if we're lucky, we'll get more. I'd love to be able to redo a translocator in a timely manner. And we got another guy here. There we go. Somebody's throwing rocks at us. It's one of these guys here, I'm sure. I hope our knife has enough durability. It's extra fiber. 8 durability. Yeah, that's not a lot. And nothing there. One more here. I wonder if I could book it to the house and just nap out another knife. There we go, nothing there. So what do I have left? Oh wow, that takes 2 durability each. Yeah, let's go get the stuff to make another knife. Flint sticks. Perfect. And now we have that second knife. And I don't need this crock and bowl, so I am going to put it away. Just for the sake of inventory space. Now we can run back here. And I am going to take our torch and put it up. There we go. Hey, buddy. If I take care of you. And I'm actually going to hold that torch because the lighting kind of stinks. Wow, there are a lot of dead surface drifters here. The rift outside is really going to town. I guess I won't worry about it then, but as you can see, this works flawlessly. And I may have shown off how the outside works during construction of it, but if not, I most certainly will do a quick demonstration. Again, no credit to myself on this one. This is taken from Curzar's most recent guide series. And I'm not sure if it's his design or if it's a design he took from someone else, but I think it's a wonderful design for powering through a temporal storm. I do intend on using a design like this long term for temporal storms. We'll end up having like a dedicated fort building, I think, for the storms. But this is just a starting point. Come on. Just seeing if I can get any good loot from these surface drifters, but so far having not a ton of luck. Okay, there's another surface drifter down. I was gonna say, he's gonna hit us. Not having a ton of luck there. I guess we'll not risk taking more damage before the storm itself starts. Yeah, any minute now. I'm probably not going to show the entire temporal storm. I likely just, okay, well, we are taking a unreasonably large amount of damage, but I can always block these off if I need to. I won't show the whole storm. I'm probably going to go into a montage, just because the storm can last several in-game hours, and all I'm going to be doing is what you see here. There we go. Okay, so it looks like we're at the tail end of this temporal storm. It should only have, I believe, a half hour left if it's waning. And I'm going to be honest with you, this is probably the most boring temporal storm I have ever gone through. All we got were surface drifters. I did not see any nightmare drifters. I didn't see any of the other double-headed drifters, anything like that. Just the standard surface drifters. With that being said, however, not all was lost, for we did get one single temporal gear, and as you can see, I have just absolutely decimated the ranks of all these guys. Been trying to hunt them the best that I can. Ooh, wrong button. And they did do some damage to me, mainly because I kept getting too close. Oh, not you. As we do go outside, it may not be safe. So I do want to keep that in mind. Just going to open this first, and then we're going to make a run for it. And I don't see any of the higher level drifters, which is good. But I do want to finish cleaning these guys up in the pit. Okay. Ooh. And not fall in the pit. That was also part of the objective, but we missed that part. That's okay. And clean you up here. And I guess we'll fall into this pit as well while we're at it. Just do some cleanup and see if we're able to potentially get a second temporal gear. Okay, you're all done. And wow, clean up on aisle 5, huh? Wow, there's 4 of them. I thought it was just the 3. Okay. Clean you up here. You up here. And I assume we'll get, yeah, just some fiber. Alright, so there we go. And as you can see, our fort worked flawlessly. This is a temporary operation. I do intend on putting together something a little more permanent at some point, but right now, that will do. So let's go get our spears put back. And we're desperately in need of food. So why don't we grab that? And I'll eat you. And you got 1.1 servings, so I'll hold on to you for now. But I do want to use our temporal gear. So if we just hold our temporal gear in our hand, it spins and spins and spins and spins. Poof. And now if we die, we will respawn here back in our house, which is absolutely terrific for us. Just gonna grab some dirt. Put this flax fiber away. There we go. And we need to finish what we were doing last time, which is mining. Let's grab our nuggets here. And I'll grab the hammer as well for breaking this open. But we need to make our way. I already mined you out, so I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of this. We need to make our way back here and go harvest our turnips as well. So I'm going to make my way over to this first copper section over here, and I will see you guys once we've made it to the other side. Okay, so as we are back on the surface now, ooh, some berries, we'll just grab these. Let's go harvest our turnips and see what we get, and then let's go break this copper apart and see how much we have. So, where did I put the gate? I knew I had oil lamps over here still. Let's take these. I definitely don't need these anymore. At least not over here, this way. And, ooh, I have more spears this way too. I'm not going to grab them, but I knew I left things behind. We have our turnips here, so let's grab our turnips and just see how many we get. So far, we're not doing terrific on the seed count. We're getting some more seeds, but not an unnecessarily large amount like I would hope for. And I think we got maybe 2 stacks. Yep, 2 stacks of turnips from that, which is great. We're going to turn this into food. And our grain is still growing, unfortunately. So we're going to have to come back in a period of time to check our grain and see if that's ready. Let's go take a look at the if we can. Let's start trying to take a look at the copper. So we're going to start with 4 chunks. You can see it gives us 15 units of copper a chunk, so that's 3 nuggets. We can use that math to figure out that we're going to get 69 nuggets. Nice. We get 4 nuggets from the medium chunks, and so we've got a little over a stack now. Some more medium chunks here, that gives us 2 stacks. And finally, we have almost 3 stacks of copper nuggets now. So that is really nice. We're going to need 900 units of copper in order to make an anvil. And so, if we math this out, we have about 5, 6, 12, plus 5. So we have about 17 and change, maybe 18 copper bars or 1800 units worth of copper, which means that we have the 900 we need and then some left over. So we are going to head back to the house and get this all smelted up, and we are going to get ourselves an anvil. Once we have an anvil, we have a few things we're going to look at doing. I want to get our new farms up and running, so I'm going to need a barrel, which means I'm going to need a saw. A bucket, which means I'm going to need a saw. And then also, I'd like to maybe take a look at prospecting and at least start that process. But at the very least, we're going to get our farms going. So I'm going to make this trek back to the house, and once we get back to the house, I'm going to get this stuff all smelted up and ready to go. So I will see you all once we're on the tail end of that. Okay, so this is going to take quite a while. As you can see, we're slowly but surely making our way. And one thing that we need to do that's also going to take a good chunk of time is we need to till our farmland. So what I think I'm going to do is we're going to make a couple hoes here, and then we'll take a moment to talk copper. So the advancement into the Copper Age really represents a turning point in Vintage Story. It's one of the last things you need to check off your list to, as a progression standpoint, to really unlock, I want to say, the full potential of the game. The game, of course, has further progression. We have further tiers that we need to unlock. We still need to do beekeeping. We've yet to find lime or borax, so we can't do any leather work, etc. With all that being said, however, and I'll just top you off, the ability to work metal really unlocks a lot for us, and our further progression is either incremental or just iteratively building on what we have, with the exception of perhaps some automation. But metalworking really does represent kind of the biggest transition that we're going to make. So there's a few things that we gain the ability to do now that we have metalworking. Well, first of all, the Copper Age is divided into two sections. There's the early Copper Age, which is roughly considered pre-anvil, and there's the late Copper Age, which is post-anvil. I've made the decision that we're just going to skip directly into the late Copper Age and not really toy around with the early Copper Age. And the reasoning is that everything we want to do that's fun is in the late Copper Age. So you want chests, you need an anvil. You want a saw so you can work wood? Well, guess what? You need an anvil. So all of our projects, whether it is these farms that we're actively working on, whether it is upgrading the roof on a house or putting a proper floor in, any of that stuff, we are going to need and we are going to want a saw and an anvil and all those things. Want to do some chiseling? Guess what? We need an anvil. So we are going to just jump straight into that. I'm thinking one thing we could do with these fields as well is we happen to have 4 of them, so I think we can actually do proper crop rotation where we have each field doing one nutrient and then we can rotate out which nutrient goes where. So this is coming along nicely. We are making 1,800 units worth of copper, so it is going to eat up most of our charcoal, but that's fine. We're going to use the rest of the charcoal in forging. And then, honestly, once we get our first few copper tools, like copper axes, we can work on building more, getting more charcoal. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. I'm going to wrap up these farms and hopefully get this copper cast. Okay, so our copper is nearly done here. I think we have plenty of charcoal to wrap this up. I hope we have plenty of charcoal to wrap this up, but if not, I still have a 10 left over. I may or may not have shown it in the time lapse. It depends on how I decide to do the editing, but I did move one of our storage vessels down here. And the reason I did that is because I have our turnips in here and I wanted to keep them as saturated as possible. Once we get the copper done and while we're waiting for it to cool off, one thing that we are going to need to do and that we're certainly going to do is we are going to go hunting. 0.01, okay, so you barely have any food left in you. There we go. And that is why, because we are fully out of cooked and prepared meals. Nope, not you. So we're going to want to get this rectified immediately. And now that we have the turnips, we can make slightly better meals. Provide more diversified satiation. So what I'm going to do is let's go grab our spears. And we'll use all our spears, that's fine. Do this right here. And I don't need my pickaxe, so I will put my pickaxe down. And they do moderate amounts of cheesing, so let's grab some dirt for that. Perfect. And this is just about done. Might need one more piece of charcoal, but we'll see. And in the meantime, let's take a look at this. Well, we already did, but our sheep are over there. We're gonna head over by the trader that we have because I have seen plenty of sheep hanging out in that area. Oh, we're not gonna need that one extra. Perfect. Let's get this put away. And once we get the ability to make chests, let me tell you, our storage is gonna be a thing of the past. I haven't figured out where everything's gonna go yet, but I want a forgery or a smithy. I want an apiary, I want a storage unit, and I also would like a pit kiln area. So those are the 4 big things I'm looking for. And I think that's what we're gonna be working on building. Okay, and this is all done, question mark? Rapidly clicking. There we go. Okay. So first things first, let's get this anvil filled up, as that is probably the most important thing we're working on here. And as you can see, this takes 900 units, so that's 9 bars or 9 tools worth to get the anvil, but it is well worth it. Perfect. And we're going to want to get a prospecting pick. And now that we've cast that out, we're just going to cast the rest of this into ingots. There should be enough for 8 ingots here, but I wanted to get everything else all squared away first, just to make sure that if I was a little short, I would have all the important stuff. And here's this. Finally, the last 2. Perfect. And that is all of our copper. Literally all of our copper. We have no more after this, but that is a-okay. So let's get on the hunt now. While we're waiting for this to cool down, we're going to head down this way. And we'll go crack some sheep open. There should be 2 good-sized sheep over here at least, maybe 3, and we're going to try to fell them all. Let's see. Where are you guys? Especially before it gets dark. How about you show yourselves? We got a raccoon that way. Not seeing the sheep. See a pig, but you're not what I'm going for. I see a rift. You're not what I'm going for. I see the trader. He's also not what we're going for. You know, I saw plenty of these guys at one point. See a rabbit. Man, where did they go? Are they out this way more? More pigs. Another rift. We're at medium activity. That's too bad. Still not seeing the sheep. Oh, there's one. Okay. Okay, there's 2. Nice. Hey, how's it going? It's about to be going great for you. That should knock him out. And there we go. That should knock her out. And we probably don't need any more than this, just because I only have the 4 crocs, so that's probably something I should look at doing tonight, is getting some more crocs made up. I'd like to make, well, as many as we physically could. There we go. What that ends up being, I'm thinking maybe if we can fire up 20 more, that would be nice, and that should get us through quite a while. So let's just see here. I can divide this. Yeah, okay. So I can get 6 portions of food, which will be, and I'll have 1 extra. So that'll be enough to start. Most definitely. If I do see another bighorn sheep, though, I will nab it. Just because I do think we have enough crocs for at least 1 more, but it's looking like I might not get so lucky. Nope, I see one right behind our house. So we'll go grab that guy. And I'm so confident in us right now that I don't even think we need to cheese him. I think we can just take him down. Ready? There we go. And I saw something moving in the background. I don't know if that was a wolf or if it was a shadow. Or maybe it was nothing. Okay, what do we got? Ooh, we got a lump of fat. That's nice. That's very nice. Okay, and let's go put our spears away because we're done with them again. Copper's nearly there. And I'm also going to need our turnips. Probably our crocs as well. Let's go get our crocs. There seems to be a bug in the game right now. It's really difficult to get this last item. Or maybe I just am bad, so it could be a get good situation. But I'm going to go with it's a bug, because that makes me feel better. Okay, let's get our crocs put down. And cooking is super not exciting. So I'm going to cook up this food, and I will be back when it is done. Okay, and just as we're finishing up our cooking, our copper items are done. So we're able to grab all these. And let's store all of our ingots. We can store them on 1 layer. And we'll put our anvil. Our anvil actually is going to end up going here. So I'll put that there. And then I can pick up all these molds. And we can get these back into storage. If I have storage, there we go. And you can hear our cooking is just cooking right away. I will give you a little bit of firewood. Hold you over. And this mold can go down to our basement here. There we go. And let's get the molds stored up along the walls, like here. Perfect. And then we'll put our crocs along here for now. We'll be able to make a vertical rack for our molds pretty soon, so that'll make storing them very easy. Okay, wow, this is taking its sweet time. I feel like it was almost easier cooking the copper at the rate that this is going. And I still have to make some more meals as well. At the very least, this won't take any more fuel, which is good. I am going to make a couple items here, so... Thought I heard a drifter. Oh, and I did put an oil lamp over here, just one of the extra ones that we grabbed, and one over there as well. I'm definitely going to want to grab oil lamps for the remaining 2 sides, because it is really dark over there, but that's neither here nor there currently. Okay, so you're all done. Let's fill you up with food. Why are you being difficult? There we go. And now let's get the remaining portions cooking. 4 and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Get that going. Okay. And we're gonna do our very first smithing. So to do that, we're gonna need to heat up our copper. Nope, not like that. Like that, using some charcoal. And I'm going to want our hammer. Perfect. Lastly, I'm going to want our tongs. There you are. In order to handle this copper, once it gets around 600 degrees, we should be fine. And I'll throw in this firewood. Come on. And so we're going to make a saw, and we're going to make shears. The shears are going to allow us to gather sticks, so you bet that's something we're going to be doing next episode. And the saw is going to let us make planks. And with that, we're going to be able to get the water we need to get our farms going. And then we can get our farms planted for today. Whoops. I didn't grab the tongs, now did I? Just put you up here. So now if I shift and place this here, and I can pick what I want to make, and I want to start with the saw. And with the hammer here, I actually don't know off the top of my head what will, how to shift this. So if anybody does know, please let me know. But I just know that you can do it. Okay. So in order to forge an item, you have to move the cubes into the green spots and get rid of the purple ones. So that is what we're going to do. And now that I've demonstrated how forging works, I'll likely skip through the rest of this for you. Perfect. So we now have shears and we have a saw. And now I can use our torch and we can put our tongs back on the ground. Now what I want to do is I want to head towards the water over here. And these items are very hot, so we're just going to let them get thrown into the water here. Take a little damage, that's fine. And the reason that they automatically got thrown is because they were too hot and I didn't have any tongs. So let's take some sticks. There we go. And I can create a prospecting pick, which I'll definitely want to do with that. And I can create our saw. Oh, finally. And now, to create the bucket, I do it like this, I believe. And a flax twine. Perfect. That gives us a bucket, so we'll run to the water here. All I gotta do is right click, and then to empty the bucket wherever you want, I do a control click. Look at that. And now I have infinite workable water. Control click, there we go. And you go here. You get control clicked, you get control clicked, you all get control clicked. Okay, now that that's all squared away, we can take the time to actually plant some crops. So let's grab what I have for seeds. Okay, and that is everything we have. This first field here, I want to make sure I dedicate to flax, because I do want a good amount of flax, and so that is going to be our K field. Our other K crop is these carrots here, which I don't really care about, so we'll plant all of our flax first. And we should actually be able to get most of these carrots planted as well, but we'll start with the flax. Here we go. And now you are K as well. Perfect. So this is our K field. Now for our next field, I'm going to look at doing N. And I want to make sure we plant these cabbages. And we will also plant our turnips. So cabbages go in, then the turnips come in. Perfect. Oh, you do not go there. Now this is going to be our pea field. Perfect. So we'll get our onions going in here, as well as our parsnips. And back in the day, before I started playing the game, you had to leave your fourth field empty. But I've been told that they have redone the way that nutrition comes back, and it comes back fast enough where you no longer need to keep a field empty. So we're going to double up on our end fields because I have exactly enough rye to do a second, to do a full field over here. So we are going to do that. Perfect. And that, I think, is going to do it for this episode. So we'll just hang out right here. This has been another episode of Vintage Story with me, Finko11. Thank you very much for watching, and please, if you liked this episode, drop a like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know how you're enjoying the series. Next episode, I think it's high time we begin construction on an apiary and work out bees. That's likely all we'll have time for next episode, so I will see you when it's time to work on the bees.